Hi, this is Cash. Welcome to Cash Talks Football, and I want to talk about the John Stones problem and what's really going to happen if they try to play this in the Champions League final. Now, a lot has been made about John Stones stepping forward into the midfield position here, and I'm playing with two defensive midfielders, but he still gets a free role to sort of run around and do stuff. That's well and good, but you've got to ask yourself a simple question: who would you want on the ball if you're the opposite team? Would you want John Stones on the ball, or would you want Kevin De Bruyne? Well, you'd want John Stones. And that's a mistake that they're making here, and everyone thinks it's going to be a good thing, having John Stones on the ball. Now, the other problem with that, him stepping forward, it means Kyle Walker can't really step forward. And neither whoever they play on the left side can't step forward. And that's a huge problem when you've got these areas here are now a no-go, and now you're running into traffic into the middle. See, Man City don't play that way, and they haven't done for quite a while, so changing it now, especially coming up to the Champions League final, is very problematic for them. And John Stones isn't the quality of a Kevin De Bruyne or a Gundogan or anyone else to pass the ball through people in centre midfield. So let's have a little look at what they have been doing and see if you can spot the difference. I'll put it on the flanks here, but now you can see way more clearly. When the left and the right back have pushed up, and we've got one defensive midfielder, and we've got our little solid unit here, the triangle, everything's fine. So what ends up happening is when you can get your left and right backs up in the Man City unit, is you can play up forward here in your little triangles, and anytime you're in trouble, you can go back and go to the other side. If you're in trouble, you can go back and go to the other side. They're almost playing like an old-fashioned M and W, but further up the field. And here's the difference, is they can get the ball into these key players here. Okay, these two key players in the half space, they can get the ball to. And if that person's in trouble, they can get it out because they've got multiple options. Or in, if they've got a chance. Let's go look at the other formation and see what we can see. And see if they can do it on that one. Because I guarantee you they can't. So here we go. Now we're looking here. Now what you're hoping here is if we get the ball into the half space here, that's his option. Because these players can't go forwards as much. Let's put them forward a little bit. Let's give him a little bit of credit here. Let's just say he gets forward just a little bit. And he gets forward just a little bit. Now it makes it even harder, but also it makes it harder for City to move the ball around, but easier for them to take the ball off, because the pressure here, when he's here, it's easier for him to pressure. If he's here, it's not. If he's here, he's got to come all the way back to here and defend. He wants to, the right winger and the left winger, or the left forwards, depending on what system they're playing, wants to be forward. He doesn't want to be back here, which he has to do if these lefts and right backs get forward. They're quite happy being up here in the midfield zone. They love it. Less running for them. So they're playing into the other team's hands, and their strength was getting the balls to these players here and creating passes and little dinks in behind, and all these little creative things aren't going to happen if they use this system of this John Stones goes forward as a midfielder running forward, doing some weird formation thingy that Pep Guardiola has now decided to outthink of himself and do this weird thing. Because look, now these triangles are down here, which no one cares because you're in the midfield area, and it makes it very difficult then to keep the ball up in the defensive. Sorry, in the other team's 18-yard box, which normally Man City are very good at. They sort of almost like put a shield around because their players are forward and they keep it up here. They can't do it with this formation because their shield's back here. So we'll have to wait and see if Cash is right, and let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, and I apologise for the crap software, but I was doing it in PowerPoint. I couldn't find anything decent. Thanks a lot.